Hey, so I wanted to come on and do a quick live for you with some tips on foraging. Whether your bird is new to foraging or is just kind of stuck at a certain level, this is going to help you out. First, I wanted to give you a few ideas on the types of food you can use for foraging. When you first start, I recommend using something that's of high value to your bird. So that'll be different for each bird. If your bird will do just about anything for almonds, cut up a few almonds and use those pieces just for foraging, at least until they get foraging on their own. Then you can switch to other foods. So here are some of the things that I use. So this is a dried veggie mix, dried fruits. These are oven fresh bites, salad mix. This is an avian herb tea. You can also use nutriberries and some different blends from bird stores. I also use bee pollen. And then sometimes I throw in there some pellets that are different from the ones that are fed freely throughout their cage every day. Okay, so foraging often needs shaping. That's when you take small steps towards the behavior that you want to see. If you take too big of a step, your bird may not understand what they need to do and might get frustrated and walk away. If that happens, you just need to back up a step. For example, if you were starting new, you might start with an uncovered cup. Have your bird see you take the cup and put the treat in it, and then have them take the treat out of the cup. Okay, and you would do that a few times till your bird is regularly taking the treat out of the cup. Then you would move on to a covered cup, maybe. And this is the covered cups that we use. And again, if they're finding it difficult and walking away frustrated, just take a step back. Once your parrot has mastered one form of the toy, then you want to move on to the next, making it a little harder each time. So for your parrot, making it harder could mean different things. Maybe it's the cover on the cup, and then moving a little more difficult. This one is blocked a little bit by the stick going through in the bead. You could also go ahead and add a plastic disc to the top with a bead on top of that. So there's just that extra layer of difficulty that they have to get through. You can also change it up by hiding the cup in different places in their cage. So you can take the cup and squeeze it shut and hide it all different places. We even will hide it. I have this bowl here full of shreddables that we will sometimes take and hide something right at the bottom, so they have to take all the shreddables out to get to the bottom, and then also unwrap the cup. So that's just another layer of difficulty. Again, if they're frustrated, take a step back. Now, they may not be frustrated, they might just be kind of checking it out, not sure, maybe just not want to interact with it right at that time. So in that case, just kind of leave it in the cage for a little bit and see if they get more interested in it over time. They just might not be willing to engage with it right then. So some other ideas are stuffing boxes with paper shred, and then you put your foraging treats in there. The first time you use it, make sure they see you put the treat in there and keep the box open. Once they have that mastered, then you can go ahead and close the box. Another layer of difficulty might be putting the box somewhere new, like stuffing it through the cage bars, putting it inside the treat cage. You can also hang it, and then the swinging just adds one extra layer of difficulty. And this is just another form of the box, using the coin wrappers with the paper shred and putting some treats in there. Another way you could put this add difficulty to this is by taking the treat cup, folding it up and putting it inside the box. You can also then put the box inside the treat cage and hang it, and then that's just a couple more layers of difficulty for your bird to get through. So that's all I have for you today. Teaching your parrot to forage is such a great way to keep them active and content. Research actually shows that parrots even prefer to work to find their food versus eating that same food out of their cup freely. That's called contra freeloading, in case you're interested in checking out more about it. So keep trying even if your bird doesn't seem interested in it at first. Sometimes it just takes a while for them to get used to seeing something new in their environment. If you're interested in learning more about foraging, I'll put a link to a couple different blog posts for you below this post. And if you have any questions or other topics you'd like me to cover, go ahead and put them down in the comments below or message me. Happy foraging!